Hi, today I'll demonstrate how to use the pivot function and build a dynamic SQL script to transform rows into columns in SQL Server. Pivoting is a powerful technique, especially useful when you want to present data in a more readable, aggregated format. I'll be working with a simple student grades table. Here's the data with 5 students and their grades across different courses. Let's say we want to transform this data to display the average grade for each student across different courses as columns. You can achieve this using a static pivot query like below. However, in real-world scenarios with many students and courses, typing out every course name can be inefficient. This is where dynamic SQL comes in. Now, I'll show you how to automate this process by using dynamic SQL. Step 1. Dynamically generate the list of columns. We first need to generate a list of distinct course names from the dataset, which will be used for our pivot. @col stores the list of course names, wrapped in square brackets using quote name, for proper syntax in the pivot query. Step 2. Create a temporary table. Next, we create a temporary table to store the pivoted data. This table will have the student names and dynamically generated course columns. Step 3. Insert data into the pivot table. Now, we dynamically generate the SQL to insert data into the temp table, which will pivot the grades based on the courses. The pivot clause dynamically includes the list of course columns stored in @cols. Step 4. Use the pivoted data. Finally, you can query the pivoted data from the temporary table. A quick recap. 1. @cols. This variable holds the dynamically generated list of course names. 2. String_gg. Aggregates distinct course names into a comma-separated list. 3. Dynamic SQL. Builds a query that dynamically inserts the course list into the pivot function. 4. sp_executesql. Executes the dynamic SQL. Benefits of dynamic SQL. No need to manually type all course names. The query will automatically adapt to changes in the list of courses in the future. This solution automates the generation of pivot columns based on the distinct values in your data, making it efficient and scalable. I hope you found this tutorial helpful for understanding how to use dynamic SQL for pivoting in SQL Server. Be sure to experiment with the script and apply it to your own datasets.